All right, we are live. Hey, Prince, how's it going? Oh, good, oh, good. Great. So, I guess, do you want to set the room and explain what we're doing today?
Give your questions, or if you're not able to come to your questions this today, then we can do it by next week as well.
Okay. I think, Prince, you were temporarily muted, but I think it was my fault here. But I think you should be okay now.
Okay.
So yeah, for those that couldn't hear Prince, Prince was setting up the room, and we're here to answer all your questions as usual, guys. So go for it. Drop your questions in the chat, and we'll just pick them up one after the other. You should get sound now. We're just gonna wait for your feedback if you can hear both of us. Um,
Yep.
I think this should be working now. But let us know, guys, if you can hear both of us, both Pringe and myself. We just want to make sure you've got a good experience watching those. Okay, great. Okay, okay.
Okay, my mic is still off, I guess.
I think you're good on my side.
Hello, guys. Hello. Testing, testing.
Yeah, I think you should be good now, because yeah, okay. We got a thumb up from Spiral. Yeah, okay, we good to go. Thank you guys again for the feedback. It's always appreciated. So yeah, this is the Leisure Sport team. We're here to answer your questions, so go for it. We are gonna be here until what time, Prince? 5:30 p.m. CT, right?
Yep, for 1 hour, 5:30 p.m. CET, and you can drop your questions in the chat box, and we'll pick them up live. And if you're not able to do it, we'll still answer them via our social channels.
Perfect. And so what we're gonna do, we'll take turn like answering questions, starting with Michael. So I'll pick up the first question. So Michael is asking. So Michael is saying, "Good day, everyone." So hi, Michael. Michael has a. So he says that he has yet to be able to connect his Ledger Nano X to his Ledger Live app after the firmware updates. So yeah, Michael, there might be a lot of things that are happening here. So you want to make sure that, well, so first of all, you want to make sure that you're running the latest version of the Ledger Live app. That helps. You want to make sure that the firmware is actually updated to the latest version, because sometimes you need, depending on how old your firmware was when you started the updates, then you might need multiple updates to get to the latest version. So the latest version should be, what's the latest version actually? 2.1.0, right?
55. For the firmware, yeah. So it's 2.1.0 for Nano X.
Right.
And, I think for. Let's check for Nano X Plus.
Yeah, I think Michael is using a Nano X. So yeah, so Michael, so just make sure you are on that version, and then verify. So you want to verify the, you want to try to understand where the issue comes from. So we need to isolate the issue. So try different ports on your computer, right? Because if the port you are using is dead, then that might be the issue. Try different cables as well. So maybe you're using the cable that came in the box, but maybe that cable is dead as well. So try a different cable. Make sure the cable is OTG as well. If you're not using the Ledger cable, make sure you're using the correct cable as well. If it's only a cable that transfer, that's a charging cable, that's not gonna work. So yeah, try those different things. If you still cannot connect, then you might want to try the Ledger Live mobile app as well with Bluetooth. You might have better chance. If the issue persists, then drop us an email at support.ledger.com, and then we can help you. If you want urgent access to your funds, you might also be able to connect to a third-party wallet that will give you access. So, for example, the MetaMask, Electrum for Bitcoin. I mean, there's tons of different options that you can try. That's it for me.
Okay, so next question is from Sharon. Can you connect your ledger to more than one MetaMask sub account? For example, can my ledger secure two MetaMask accounts with the same MetaMask wallet? So Sharon, first of all, if you I think there's some confusion. So you cannot secure your MetaMask wallet with your Ledger device because MetaMask wallet is associated with a different 12-word seed phrase, and your the Ledger device is set up with the 24-word seed phrase. So what you can do is you can add multiple accounts, Ledger accounts, in MetaMask and see it and manage it from there. But you won't be able to like protect your MetaMask accounts with your Ledger device. I hope that's what your question was. So yes, you can add multiple Ethereum accounts in in MetaMask. There's a list when you see try to get connected by Connect Hardware Wallet, and then you just click whichever address you want, and then you'll be able to unlock it.
Yeah, like potentially you can open as many accounts as you want. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
technically open like 1,000 accounts, MetaMask account with your ledger. Cool. Okay, and next we've got a few shout outs. One from Ariana. Hello, hey. Tom Cam, seeing the sound issue, but that's fixed now. Then we've got subscripts. Is there a way to hide unwanted ERC20 scam coins? That's a good question. I don't know if there's a way to do it in Ledger Live. Do you know, Prince?
Yep, there is an option. If you just click on any token that you have received, if you do a right click, there's an option on the bottom. You'll see a hide token, and then that way you can hide the scam tokens. The
Oh,
same
just
thing
like
goes
that.
for NFT.
Like the
Yep.
same thing for NFTs. Okay, that's really cool. So right click and hide, right?
Yep, right click, and then you'll be seeing on option send, receive, and on the bottom there's third option called hide token, and you can hide it if there's a scan token, and
Okay.
it will disappear from the balance.
What about if you want to unhide the token, like you realize you hit the wrong token? Can you do this as well?
Yeah, I think you can. You have to, I think, go to the settings, and then you can again show them. So if you go to settings and you go to accounts, and then there's an option hide token, hide empty tokens and hide empty accounts, and on the bottom you see hidden tokens. You click on that, and then it will show you the options to which other tokens you have made. You can just have to click on the cross on the right, and then that token will be again displayed in your account.
Okay. I'll just take the next question.
Yep. So next question is from the Marai. Hi, what's up with the Chronos Chain Explorer problem in Ledger Live app? So I don't think there is any Chronos issue going on. Dan, have you come across any Chronos issue?
I have not actually. So maybe if you could be more specific, what's happening here? For example, like if you send some tokens from an exchange to Ledger Live and the tokens are not showing in Ledger Live, then it might not be an issue with Ledger Live. It's just that the token is not supported yet. So yeah, give us more details and then we can probably help.
But I think there is also an ongoing bug that we've escalated to our dev team about some of the missing transaction histories on crypto.org accounts. So if you're referring to that chain, then I think there's some issue with that. But apart Chronos, I don't think there's something ongoing on Chronos.
So you mean like potentially like disappearing tokens like on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon, right?
I think Ledger Live was not able to synchronize correctly. But it was for the Chrono, like the Pro.com chain. Like since there are three chains, so I think that is a confusion over there. But apart from that, the issue was there where Pro transactions were not showing in Ledger Live, but then that was fixed.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just let us know how it goes. Try to clear the cache as well, just in case like it's just some run of the mill synchronization issue with Ledger Live. That might help. If the issue persists, then you can use MetaMask and connect MetaMask to Chronos to be able to access your accounts. So no worries. Ledger Live not working is not a death sentence for your accounts. The funds are still safe. You just need to find a way to access your token. So if Ledger Live won't let you do the things that you wanted to do, then there is always a workaround that usually involves a third-party wallet. So yeah, so just okay. So he says that Chronos does not read the transaction history. I know that, but I want it in the Ledger Live app for tax report. Okay, so I think in this case, I'm pretty sure that you could get the transaction history. So you can get it via MetaMask, or you could open the Chronos Explorer, the block explorer, in the browser, paste your ledger address in there, and then there should be an option at the bottom of the explorer to export all the transaction data as a CSV file. I know there is this option in Etherscan, and I think Chronoscan has the option as well. So
It
you
does.
it does. Okay, great. So
It does.
you can try that, and yeah, you should be able to get all your transactions like that, and it might actually be more uh, precise than what Ledger Live will give you.
Mhm. Yeah. And so yeah, next is from Jake. From he wants to. So there are a few shout outs. So thank you guys for the shout out. And next is Jake. He asking any update on supporting Cadena. So yeah, Jake, the app submission has been received, and our teams are working with, on integrating it. I think it's under security review as far as the last update we had. So definitely on the roadmap, coming very soon. But of course, since we are not able to give an ETS, so no ETS for now, but hopefully very soon. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, we've got a very kind shout out from Saitama Vision saying that we are the best support. It's the best support he's seen in his life. So yeah, thank you a lot, mate. We are trying to create those opportunities for you, the community, to get in touch with us directly. So like we really like doing those AMAs, and yeah, we hope you guys appreciate as well. By the way, we do those AMAs every single day. So you know, if this slot doesn't work out for you, then there's going to be one tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is going to be a full-on Ledger device onboarding and best practices. So definitely tune in for that. Or if you have a friend that just got their Ledger device and they want to, get started on the right foot and know how to protect their assets, then those sessions are for this kind of users. And yeah, so thank you again for the shout out. Okay, next we've got Spiral Nebo. Do you have resources to educate myself about crypto projects, what the role is in the infrastructure, for example? Yeah, I mean, there is a part of the website called the Ledger Academy, and that's probably the best place to start if you want to just educate yourself about crypto. So again, it's Ledger Academy. Yeah, it's a good place to start for like to get good basics and understand the technology. There's different tiers of articles. Some of them are more advanced, some of them are easier. Then past that, I would say Twitter is a great place to educate yourself about crypto, and then podcasts as well. I mean, there are a lot of good crypto podcasts out there. Like I like Bankless, I like On the Brink, I like Empire, I like Galaxy Research. Ledger has a podcast as well. So I mean, like a lot of this content is open source, and yeah, it's not very difficult to find. But I would start with the academy. I don't know, Prince, if you have any favorite resources yourself.
Yeah, I usually go for our Reddit page. Basically, there are a lot of interesting questions over there, and also Ledger Academy, and then our help center explains a lot of projects as well. Also, how to do a lot of DeFi and Dex things on the Ledger device. So if they want to check out our support center as well, that is also a good resource. And of course, you can always reach out to us, and if you have any doubts, we always help you out.
All right, next question.
So the next question is from Ariana. To do a security check on my seed phrase on with my Ledger Nano X, should I use a Bluetooth or connect it with my Ledger to my iPhone with a USB cable? So you will not be able to connect an iPhone with to a Ledger device with a USB cable due to the Apple's Lightning restrictions. So you will only be able to do it via your Bluetooth, and it's completely safe. You can just have to download the Recovery Check app on your device, and then you just have to follow the steps to enter the seed phrase and check it and verify the seed phrase.
Okay, and so, but for the recovery phrase itself, like you would have to connect to, like you don't really need Ledger Live at all, right? If you want to do a recovery
Yep,
check, you can
exactly.
just do it on the device.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, just to install the Recovery Check app, you need to connect the device, and then you can do it via your device directly. You don't need to connect with the Ledger Live app. So.
okie doke. All right, next we've got Subscript asking for Gala support. So I don't think Gala is supported. We used to support P Gala back in the days, but then I think the smart contract got hijacked by a hacker, and the P
Mhm.
Gala team had to. I mean, like a lot of exchanges stopped supporting P Gala because of that. I don't know if Gala is supported right now.
It is supported as an Ethereum token, so it's an ERC token. So you can send it on to your Ethereum address via Ethereum network, and then it will show the Ethereum account. Always try to send a test amount first. Send a small amount of Gala and see if you completely successfully transferred. And once it is done, then you can send more.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. Next is Ariana. Also to confirm, can I check my seed phrase? And if it fails, it won't lock my account, right? So it won't lock your accounts. You'll just get a message on your device that the free trade which you tried to verify was not correct. In that case, we'd suggest you to transfer all your assets to a temporary account on an exchange or a temporary wallet. Reset the device with a new seed phrase, and then set it up, and then add new accounts in Ledger Live, and then transfer your funds back. Because if your account, like anything happens to your Ledger device, you will not be able to recover your funds in that case. And recovery phrase is the master backup for all your accounts. So yeah.
It's definitely a good idea to do a check once in a while. I think, like just to make sure
Mhm.
that nothing happened, that it's still the same recovery phrase in the device, and because there are
True.
situations where the recovery phrase can change, right? If the device resets, or and some people like have, like their device resets by accident and they don't necessarily realize it, or like they realize it like way too late, and then now they have two recovery phrases and they don't know what the old phrase is, and it gets really messy.
And also a firmware update can reset your device sometimes. So yeah, in that case also you need to have your recovery phrase. So guys, if you have not backed up your recovery phrase correctly, please verify it and see if it's correctly backed up on your recovery sheet basically.
Okay, next we've got Alkinger. Uh, what's with Solana NFTs in the future on Ledger? Full and easy support to send and receive Solana NFTs. Yes, so that is definitely in the works. However, as usual with upcoming features, it's really difficult for us to give you any precise ETA or date or promise any deadline. We're working on it. This is gonna come to Ledger Live eventually. Now, that being said, right now you can already store Solana NFTs in a Ledger account, but you'll have to manage those NFTs via a third-party wallet. Solflare would be my choice here. We have good documentation on the Help Center as well about Solflare on mobile or on desktop, so solid option for NFT users here.
Yep. So next is from Maria. How can you say something about the Chronos Chain Explorer problem in Ledger Live app? So Maria, we can do one thing. We can ask our devs and we can ask them to check if there's some issues on our end. And once it is, and if we get an update, we can of course get back to you via the chat, or you can also tune in on our YouTube AMA next week, and we'll have an update for you.
All right, perfect. Uh, yeah, okay, so next, Saitama Vision. Can you please be able to connect? Okay, so Saita Pro DeFi wallet or Saita Swap to Ledger. So I have not personally tried those dApps, so I don't know if they are compatible with Ledger. I don't know if Pringe you have.
Mhm. I haven't.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell to me, but we can
We can look
definitely.
into it.
Yeah, we can look into it. Yeah. So Saitama, maybe you wanna send us a ticket at support.ledger.com, and we'll be able to test it on our side and just let you know if it works or not. Yeah, because like we don't have direct experience trying to use those apps. But typically, like the swap, my suspicion is the swap probably works. The DeFi wallets, though, it really depends. Depends on the team if they want that integration with Ledger. Not all wallets want to have this integration with Ledger for obvious purposes, but usually dApps, they always want like an integration with Ledger. So yeah, so we'll try. Send us a ticket. We'll pick it up. We'll try, and we'll let you know.
Yep. Next is Gary. When I add my Corium to my NanoX in XRP Ledger, since it's not supported yet, the only way I'll be able to see it's with XRP tools. When Ledger Live supports Corium, will I be able to see them? Yes. So for now, Corium support in Ledger Live is not on the roadmap, but in future, if your team plans to add and integrate this network in Ledger Live, then you'll be able to automatically see the tokens in Ledger Live. For now, you can use Solodex connected with your Ledger device to view and manage your tokens. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to bridge them to, you can also bridge them to the Corium network, right? The mainnet via Solodex, I think, and then you can use the Leap wallet to manage the balance once they are on the Cosmos chain. We just released a Help Center article on this very topic, Gary. So if you want to go to the Help Center and check it out, you just type Corium in the search bar. You'll find the tutorial. Yeah. All right.
Next is Spain in Mabel. Thank you. Great. Thanks a lot. Welcome. Ariana, thank you for your help, guys. Greatly appreciated. Welcome. Subscripts. Which chain does Ledger Live support for storing Filecoin? ERC20 or BEP20? So I think it's supported. We have now integrated Filecoin as well inside Ledger Live, so you can directly send it via file network, right?
Yeah. It's integrated in Ledger Live. Yeah, the mainnet Falcon mainnet is definitely in Ledger Live. ERC20 and
So you can.
BEP20, I think. Yeah, you can also
I will need to check it. Yeah.
yeah. I think you can probably store it in an Ethereum Binance Smart Chain account. But Filecoin is supported, and there is a third-party wallet as well that will let you stake Filecoin as well. I can never
Yeah.
remember the name. I think it's Glyph.
It's Glyph. Glyph, yes.
Okay, Glyph. Yeah, Gilf.
Glyph wallet.
Gilf. Gilf.io, and you can because the integration in Ledger Live is really minimum, right? You can send your coins, you can receive your coins, but you can't really do anything else past besides that. But if you want to look into like things more sophisticated, like staking, for example, then you're gonna have to use a third-party wallet, and the one we recommend, so to speak, and we have documentation on that wallet in the Help Center would be Gilf, and that one has actually more features like staking, like I think governance as well. So there is a bunch of stuff you can do in Gilf that you can't do in Ledger Live. So you might want to look into this as well. The next question is, so the next comment is from Alkinger. Thanks a lot for your answer about Solana. Yeah, you are welcome. Again, go on the Help Center, support.ledger.com, and check out the article called Solflare. You'll find like a lot of steps to connect your Ledger device to Solflare on mobile or on desktop. That being said, the mobile integration is only available for Nano X users because you need Bluetooth to connect your Ledger device to the mobile app, and it's not supported for Nano S Plus devices yet.
Perfect. Next is Karan Patel. Do you all plan to support Aviv anytime soon, and even the AVAX network? So Karan, we already support AVAX C-Chain, so you can add C-Chain accounts in Ledger Live. For Aviv, the app is still under development from the team. So once it is completely secured, like the audit has been reviewed, then we'll be able to push it for the main production. So then users can download it. So for now, it's on the roadmap, but no ETA yet. But AVAX, yeah, it's already C-Chain is already there, and X-Chain and P-Chain might be coming soon as well. So
Okay. Next, we've got Stop Slacking, Take Action. How can I get a scam coin off my ledger? I was able to hide it, but I want it off my ledger. I would say you're better off not touching those scam coins at all. They don't jeopardize your accounts. They're perfectly safe as long as you don't touch them. And I would say actually moving them might be what the scammer expects, because the coin might be managed by a smart contract that might lead you to sign a malicious transaction that might drain more of your coins, right? So actually the best way I would recommend is just don't touch it, just ignore it. again, the coin itself sitting in your account cannot hurt your funds. It's not gonna drain your account, but you might actually get in trouble if you try to move those tokens. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you really want to do it, then you can probably access those coins via MetaMask. You just have to find the contract address, paste that into MetaMask, connect your Ledger device to it, and then move them to. You can send them to the burn address. Each network has a burn address that's 0x0000, like just zero infinite, and it's like a graveyard for tokens. So you could send your coins to that burn address, but again, not recommended. I don't know what you think, Prince, but
Yeah, I would, as a user, I would suggest not to interact with those two coins because there could be a malicious smart contract underlying the main token, and if you give the approval to the token to access your entire address, it might be able to move your actual tokens and legit NFTs from your account. So yeah, I would be very careful moving scam tokens out of the account. Just better to hide them. Yeah, so.
well said. Next question.
Yep. Next is Karan Patel. Also wanted to know about the Theta network and the graph support. So Theta, you can already manage it with the Theta wallet, but we don't have any roadmap for Ledger Live integration for now. And I think Graph token is already supported in Ledger Live, but I'll just check it for you.
So while you check, I'm gonna answer Howard's question about the Lightning Network. So there is no roadmap for integrating Lightning in Ledger Live. And the reason why is because right now you need a hot wallet to interact with the Lightning Network. And so this is not compatible with our business model, which is self-custody. So, I mean, hardware wallets. So for now, it's, you can have a system where you have your Lightning wallets on one side and you've got your Ledger Bitcoin account on the other side, and then you can bridge funds from one side to the other. Of course, it's not ideal, and maybe in the future we'll find a way to make that work into the same UI. But for now, there is no plan to have Lightning wallets inside Ledger Live. But they might in the future. I mean, I would personally find it cool because I'm a Bitcoin user as well, so I'd really like this feature. But yeah, don't hold your breath.
Yep. And so yeah, GRT is supported on Ethereum and Polygon networks in Ledger Live, so you can send it via either of this network to your Polygon or Ethereum account. And try sending a small test amount first, so just to be sure that the transfer is completed successfully, and then you can transfer the rest of your coins. Next is Milan. When I wish to send crypto from exchange to Ledger, how can I know which network to choose? It is below after when I send the link to exchange. So usually you should choose the native network. So for example, if you're sending Bitcoin, you should always select Bitcoin network for Ethereum, same for Ethereum. But if it's a token, then you should always check which token the network is supported on, because there could be one token that can be supported across multiple EVM chains like BSC, Polygon, Ethereum. So there's also a new Help Center article that we have created on our website that you can go and there's a supported list of pages that we have that shows all the tokens that are supported in Ledger Live and on different networks as well. And then you can just copy and paste the contract address and see on which all networks do we support this. And yeah, then you can send it to your Ethereum, Binance, or any other network. But usually the thumb rule is to send it via the mainnet network, so you see the tokens are transferred properly and they are not on the pegged version of the token, basically.
Okay, and then we've got Ron Hart. Shout out from last session. So yeah, Ron, I'm glad that that helped. And now he's wondering which Nano device he should choose. So I'm guessing another Nano, maybe the Nano X. Would that be the best? To me, I think the Nano X is really good, especially if you value on the on-the-go experience and connecting, like being able to use your device with your phone. Then definitely Nano X. If that doesn't matter for you, then you can just go for a Nano S Plus. That's fine. The security features are the same. The security is equivalent. Yeah, so it really depends if you prefer. If you value this on-the-go experience, then go for Nano X. If you don't, just Nano S Plus is just perfectly fine. I don't know if you have a hot take on that, Prince, but
Yeah, I think if you're an iOS users, then I would suggest going with Nano X because you won't be able to connect it via the USB. So that's one thing. And also the new extensions that have launched by our team is Ledger extension supported on iOS devices. So I would suggest Nano X. But then again, if you're a desktop user and you don't want to use Bluetooth, then Nano X Plus is also a good option because security wise, storage wise, feature wise, they both are the same. It's just that one has a battery and a Bluetooth and another one doesn't. So
Yeah, exactly. And we've got the stacks coming up as well eventually. I mean, that's going to be down the road, like later this year. But
yeah.
the stacks is going to be interesting as well once he releases. But it's a bigger budget for sure.
hmm Coming to Alkinger, Alkinger, you can also tell me if my voice is clear this time. Can you tell me how can I receive Sand Mana coins on my ledger? Is it only available with third-party wallet? So no, Alkinger, Sand and Mana coins are supported in Ledger Live. They're supported in Ethereum, Polygon, and Binance network. So you can send it via either of this network to your address, and then you'll be able to see it in Ledger Live. You don't need to use any third-party app for sending those tokens to your Ledger Live account, basically.
Okay. Next, we've got an interesting question from TM. Any Euro stablecoin supported by Ledger Live? So I was actually looking into this, and it seems like there is a lot of different coins. So Circle, for example, has Euro coins, so Euroc, Euro C. And this one looks like a vanilla ERC20 token, so I would say yes, you can probably send it to your Ethereum account. I'm just gonna check real quick just to make sure it's compatible. But if it's an ERC20 token, you can send it to your Ethereum account. Now the question is it supported by Ledger Live or not? Meaning, like, is it gonna appear in Ledger Live or not? That's a different question, but even if it's not supported by Ledger Live, then you can still access the coins via something like Zerion in Ledger Live or MetaMask as well. But that being said, like, I'm just gonna, yeah, actually, TM, if you could just clarify like which Euro stablecoin you're interested in, so we can check live.
True that. I'll just pick up the next question then. It's from Milan. When will be VeChain VET available on Ledger Live? And I think even Ted Conrad has the same question. So for now, we don't have an ETA because it's not. I think it's not on the roadmap for now. But as soon as we'll have more more bandwidth with our teams, we'll surely work on integrating this chain because it's our goal to integrate as many chains as possible in Ledger Live, so the users do not have to use any third-party apps to manage their funds, basically.
Yeah. Speaking of third-party apps for VeChain, Sync just released a new version of their app called Sync V2, and that one actually supports tokens. So there is like a toggle system where you can just select which coins you want to see in your interface. And I've tested it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty good. So Milan and Ted, if you guys want to look into this, we actually have documentation on the Help Center. You just have to type, so you go to support.ledger.com, that's the Help Center, and you type sync2 or sync v2 or just sync in SYNC in the search bar, and you should be able to find documentation, and then you can just go ahead, connect your Ledger device to sync, and then manage your accounts. Please, guys, do not send your VET to your Ethereum address, okay? Because it's very difficult. I mean, don't send it to your Ethereum address on the Ethereum network because it's difficult to, it's not lost, but it will be difficult to get the coins back. Many different steps to get the funds back. But do use Sync for now. It's a good wallet and it's secure by your Ledger device. So it's equivalent security wise than if you had the coins visible in Ledger Live.
Next is, I think, Robert. Ledger supports Digibyte, however, it does not support DG assets. So I think you mean the tokens on this network. So yeah, I think we just support the mainnet token that's Digibyte, but we don't have any plans to support DG assets tokens. But we can escalate this feedback to our dev team, and maybe they can add it in our roadmap for the future. I don't know if there is any third-party app that supports Ledger device for DG assets. Do you know anything about it, Dan?
I don't know, Mike. No, I'll have to look into this. I haven't used Digibyte for a long time.
Indeed, indeed. But we'll check it for you, and yeah, we can get, if there's an option, there's a workaround, we'll definitely get back to you.
Okay. Next, we've got Lord. When will Ledger stacks be for sale? Yeah, so currently it is in pre-orders, and I think the pre-orders are sold off currently, so there is no way to pre-order. And we are working to ship you the devices, guys, as soon as possible. And once we've shipped all the pending pre-orders, then we'll reopen a next next round of well, I don't know if it's going to be pre-orders next time. Maybe it will just be the vanilla store. But yeah, definitely look out for that. You can follow us on Twitter for updates around stacks. We will communicate when we start shipping the pre-orders and when stacks are just available for everybody to buy.
Okay, next is stop slacking, take action. Wow, thank you so much on that. Said get in trouble for moving scam token. I attempted to move more $100 worth of coin to Bybit, and it did not evaluate to the same amount. That's how I found it. It was a scam token. After taking that action, I chose to hide the token. Not malicious has happened to my account since that 2 days. Am I still safe? So as long as you've not tried to move it or send it and signed any transaction with your Ledger device, you're safe. Your assets are safe. But if you have to try to move it and sign any transactions to move this token from your address to different address, then it's better you can create a new account and send all your legit tokens to that account just to be safe. And if you've not interacted with this token, then you're safe in the first place. So,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, better safe than sorry. Honestly, like this kind of stuff, like it's just better not to touch them. And if one account is compromised in those situations, like if it's a smart contract gains access to your account somehow, then it's only getting access to this account, right? So if you do like Prince said, like you move your coins to like a different account, then you're safe, right? But it's a different situation if you share U24 with recovery phrase. In this case, like all your accounts are compromised. There is absolutely no way to get safe. You will have to reset the device and get a new recovery phrase and so on and so forth. But if it's just like a smart contract, compromising just one account, then it's okay. But again, it's not necessarily what happened here. But better safe than sorry. Next, we've got Spiral Nebel. Which Bitcoin wallets you recommend for German users? Ledger wallets. I'm guessing.
yeah, Ledger
Yeah,
and Electrum,
Electrum. Yeah,
Sparrow.
Sparrow is really good. Yeah, and compatible with Ledger devices as well. If you so Spiral, if you are into ordinals as well, like Bitcoin NFTs, then Sparrow is probably the best wallet for managing NFTs because you can freeze UTXOs and it has a much more granular control on UTXOs that Ledger Live has, for example. So yeah, definitely a good wallet.
True that. Next is Ron. USB and Bluetooth. Thanks again. Thank you all later. Okay, thank you. This is Checkmate. How to store Theta on Ledger? Any plans for Ledger Live support to Theta? So we don't have any plans to support Ledger Live Theta in Ledger Live for now, but you can manage the account by creating a new account with the Theta wallet and your Ledger ETH app. We also have a Help Center article that explains the steps. And for now, no native integration on the roadmap. Yes.
Next, we've got an interesting question from Alkinger. What's your new ideas for the future of Ledger devices? Okay, so I mean, the future of Ledger devices is stacks. So just if you want to know what it feels to own the next generation device, then get a stacks, and then we'll see, right? I think Ledger is here to stay, and maybe there will be a Ledger phone one day. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but our goal is to keep shipping new and exciting devices, but also with the philosophy of security at the core as well. So we just that's the reason, by the way, why we had to delay the stacks, right? It's because we want to make sure that you guys get a good, secure product in your hands out of the box, not something that's buggy and you will be disappointed with. Okay, so yeah.
Yep. Next is Tim. Tim's Kintite. How can I sell to cash on Ledger? So basically, if you want to sell your device, your assets from Ledger, there is only two supported assets that you can sell right now. One is Bitcoin, and another is Ethereum. If you want to sell any other assets, you will have to either swap your assets for Bitcoin or Ethereum and Ledger Live and sell the Bitcoin and Ethereum, or you have to send your tokens to an exchange and then you can sell it from there. So yeah, that's the two options you have. And when you do directly, if you go to sell tab in Ledger Live, you only see one partner which only supports Bitcoin. But if you go to discover tab, there's a tab called Bitty, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's a I think Swedish, or I think so it's Swiss
Swiss,
company
yeah.
that supports Swiss app that supports selling of Ethereum as well and Bitcoin for euros and CHF francs basically. So yeah.
Perfect. Next, we've got a shout out from Milan who likes the chat, the live chat. So yeah, you're welcome, Milan. We like doing it as well. And then we've got a question from Ron. So he's got a MetaMask account and ETH doesn't show up. So he says like he also mentions the Fire extension thing. So maybe you're talking about the Ledger extension, which is a alternative to MetaMask, but it's not as broadly integrated as MetaMask for now. Although new apps are being integrated every single day, but the current list is quite small for now. But regarding the MetaMask account issue, we would, to be certain of what happened to your ETH, we would need to look at the account directly. So Ron, it's best if you get a hold of us via email and share your logs and share your address, and so this way we can look at the activity and try to find the funds for you. So the best way to go forward here, go to support.ledger.com, chat with the bots, send us an email, and yeah, you're gonna get a ticket number that you can drop in the chat here so we can pick it up tomorrow morning. We'll take a look at your account and we'll get back to you.
Yep. Next is Robert. Opening a new wallet on my new phone, getting new seeds. Will it erase the old wallet when you hook Ledger to the new wallet, or will it populate the new wallet with new seeds with old crypto holdings? That's a very complicated question. So if you connect your Ledger device to your Ledger Live mobile app, and after setting up the seed phrase and creating new accounts, those accounts are linked to your current seed phrase. Now, if you change the seed phrase in your device and then you connect it to another device, for another smartphone or a desktop, and you try to add different accounts, now those accounts will be linked to your second seed phrase. So you have to be very careful. Like, all the accounts are derived from your 24-word seed phrase. So that's the main thing. And you'll like, since the question is not that clear, if you could like rephrase the question, then I could be like, we could like respond it to more accurately. Yeah.
Okay, doke. Then TM followed up on this question and says that he's interested in Euro C of Circle and Euro T of Tether, but not through third-party wallets, but on Ledger Live. I think, Prince, you can move to the next question. I'm going to check if Euro T and Euro C are supported in Ledger Live.
Okay, investor single. Hi, my name is Bharat and I'm from India. My question is, I'm having a Ledger Nano S, but its display is not working. So we can do, if you can do one thing, you can reach out to our support team. If you go to ledger.com, there's a support tab in the end, Investor Bharat, and then on the bottom you will see on the bottom right corner there's a contact us button. You can click on that, chat with the chatbot, and then in the end you'll get a ticket number. You can share the ticket number over here, and then we expedite the case for you, and we'll try to help you in fixing this as soon as possible. Next is Stefan. Oh, you want to take the?
No, go for it. I was gonna say, like, can you take the next question? I'm still looking.
Okay, yep. So Stefan, when will Ledger support EOS? So again, Stefan, it's not in the roadmap, but we'll escalate your feedback and your request to our dev team, and then maybe next week we can have a more concrete answer for this one. And the next one is Ted Conrad. He's saying thank you. You're welcome. And next is Stefan. I do now buy a new one. I think he's replying to them. Can I change the Ledger device? You can change the Ledger device. The only thing you have to keep in mind is your 24-word seed phrase. As long as you have your 24-word seed phrase, you can buy a new device and restore it with the same 24-word seed phrase, and then you'll be able to access your account again. Okay, yeah, Dan, go for it.
Yeah, I've got some updates on Euro C and Euro T. So Euro C is supported in Ledger Live, but you need the latest version, so 2.55.0. Euro T is also so Euro T can be sent to your Ethereum account, but it's not supported in Ledger Live. So you won't be able to see the coins, you won't be able to see the current value. So if it's important for you to see the coins in Ledger Live, then go for Euro C. If you want to mix up both and you don't mind using MetaMask, then you can get like Euro T as well. But yeah, that's it.
Next is subscripts. When will Monero be supported on Ledger Live? So I think Monero is a pretty complex chain, and we don't have any plans to integrate it for now in Ledger Live. But maybe in future, if our devs team has more bandwidth, they can plan on integrating this chain as well.
Okay, next we've got. Did you answer Stefan's question? You can't buy.
Yeah, he wanted. Yeah, his question was if he's going to integrate EOS in Ledger Live, and then he's interacting with other user about the device screen. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So next question is from Checkmate1. Thank you for your answer, but installing Terra is using developer options as app, but Ledger's site indicates that it's not supported. Will work if we use. Do you want to take that one? Because I think you answered that question.
So any app in the developer mode is completely safe. You might incur a few technical glitches, but then it will not impact the security of your funds or how you manage your transactions. It's just the functionality of the app might be affected, and that's why it's in developer mode, but it's completely safe to use.
So the next question is interesting. Joshua, can you create a necklace for Ledger? And I think eventually we will. That being said, you can get a chain and you can get your device. So we got, as Ledger employees, we all get chains for free. So yeah, this is what it looks like. So you can totally do it if you like the style. That being said, I don't do it myself. I like the chain, but not putting my Ledger on the chain because I'm a little paranoid and I don't want people to know I have crypto, because all it takes is just one crazy person on the street to think that you're some sort of Bitcoin millionaire, and next thing you know, you've got a stalker on your hands. So for me, like, I would never wear my Ledger in public unless I'm at like a Ledger event or something like this and I'm working for Ledger in that capacity. But I don't know. How do you feel about that, Prince?
I don't know, man. If I have a Ledger device on this one, then I'll not put it outside. But then if not, then yeah, I can flex it a bit. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it looks fine, but definitely like just be careful, Joshua. Whenever it's like I always say, but it's fine to talk about crypto, but you don't want to talk about your crypto because you don't know what people are gonna do with this information, and so that's valid as well for wearing your ledger, because most people won't care, but all it takes is just one crazy person to believe that you might put a target on your back that way. So yeah, just be aware of that before you do it.
Next is Alkinger again. Is it possible to see my private keys of my wallet accounts? So yes, there is a way to see your private keys of your wallet accounts, but it's not recommended, because to do that, you'll have to enter your 24-word seed phrase online on a tool called Ian Coleman tool. And we also have steps on our website that explains the process in detail. But once you do that, you're exposing your 24-word seed phrase, and that's why we don't not recommend doing that.
Yeah, and why would you do it anyway, right? I mean, your recovery phrase is the collection of all your private keys. So in a sense, you already have your private keys. So yeah, there is no upside for you to get like any specific private keys. That would just compromise the whole thing.
True that. But yeah, in case there is an emergency and then your device is not functioning and you want to move your funds, then of course you can do that. And that's why we have mentioned the steps with proper warnings as well. Like if you do it, what are the risks that are associated with that? So yeah, just be careful when you're doing it. And yeah, since it's your keys, you're the owner of it, so you can do it whatever you think you want to do it. But just be safe.
I think Checkmate had a follow-up question as well. How to remove ETH accounts which have a zero balance and are no longer being used? There is no option to delete those accounts under ETH on Ledger Live. Actually, there is an option. You just click on the account, and then you click on the wrench icon. That's top right corner of the Ledger Live app, and you'll find the remove account from portfolio option here, and then you confirm, and the account is gone. That being said, you can also re-add the account, right? It's not really deleted from the blockchain; it's just deleted from Ledger Live, but you can always re-add this account later.
Through that. And then if you don't want to go through wrench and everything, you can just right click, and then on the bottom you will see the wrench icon directly, and then you can just tap it and you'll be able to remove it from the portfolio.
Cool.
Next is Tumacha, when Ledger Live, when Ledger on mobile MetaMask. So we are working. It's ongoing process. Of course, it's been long since we announced it, but there are a few bugs that both teams are working on fixing it before we deliver a smooth experience for our users. So definitely in works, but no ETA for now. Sorry.
All right, next, so Stefan, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Stefan. Next, we've got Alain. What is that I failed to download Ledger Live on my laptop? Yeah, he's from the DRC. That's a good question. There is different possibilities. Maybe the DRC is restricting access to Ledger Live. That's one reason. Second reason, you're not using the correct website. So again, the correct place to download Ledger Live would be ledger.com/Ledger Live. Any other URL is a scam. So just don't download Ledger Live anywhere else. Maybe we can drop the link for you, Alain, in the chat so you know where to find it. Also, sometimes if you have a VPN, that might get in the way. And if you have a phone, try to download Ledger Live on your phone. See if you're able to do it. And if you have a Nano X, you can connect your Nano X to your phone directly, so you don't have to use a laptop.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you can also try downloading it from our signatures page and our GitHub page if you're not able to download it from our website. But be careful. We can drop all the safe links at the end of the chat. But yeah, maybe that could be a workaround for you.
Cool. I'm doing it right now.
Yep. Next is Lines World. Bonjour. So bonjour. Next, it's a Russian name. Sorry, I won't be able to pronounce it. So, a question from Nikobit: if Ledger is able to promote third-party swap or exchange, how a user should be able to know his key will not be compromised while going to those third-party redirected sites? So, all the dApps that you use inside the Discover tab in Ledger Live are audited by our security team, and after that, only they are being integrated in Ledger Live. So, using those sites will not have any impact on your security of your funds because the private keys are still secured and will be secured by the device. You are just using their interface, and like how you will using Ledger Live interface. So it's completely safe to buy the assets from Ledger Live, and all the transactions are clear signed, so you know what transactions you're signing for and not falling for any scam or any malicious attempt on your assets, basically.
Okay, doke. Next question, Spiral Newbell. I was looking for an iOS app to pay with Bitcoin in Germany. Which one is the fastest and practical? I would say Ledger Live on iOS. Honestly, the mobile app is much better than the desktop app in my opinion. So yeah, try the mobile app. It's not a Lightning app again. It's just a vanilla Bitcoin account app. But yeah, Ledger Live I think is a good option. Sparrow, I don't know if they have a mobile app, but yeah, that would be also a good option. But they won't necessarily be compatible with your Ledger device. That's the issue. Whereas Ledger Live will be compatible on mobile.
Yep, true that. I found there was one app, but then it was not. You cannot access your current accounts, but if you want to create a new account, you can do that. But then it's not valid in this case. So next is Agostino. Hi guys, thank you so much for the AMAs. Welcome. How can I use my Ledger Live to buy crypto from Binance and have my assets sent directly to my Ledger account? So you can go into, if you know, there's a Discover tab in Ledger Live, and if you go there, there's a Binance dApp basically, and you can log into your own account with your credentials, and then you can buy assets directly via the dApp, and it will be transferred to your accounts in Ledger Live. So you don't have to go to the exchange that way.
Okay, and then Checkmate is asking, I doesn't see any range for the account under. So he's talking about tokens inside the Ethereum account. So he's trying to hide tokens inside the account, I think. So I don't know if you can hide them individually, those empty balances.
You can do one thing. You can go to settings. You can go to accounts, and in there is an option to hide token transactions when value is 0, and above that there is an option to hide empty token accounts. So you can do that as well.
Amazing. You can also, as you said, Prince, you can just right click on the
Mhm.
on the token and you just hide it. That also works.
Exactly. True. Okay, next is Agostino. When using Ledger Live, sometimes we input and add RX
Mm.
and get an auto verification not available. Why is this? Cheers, guys. So Agostino will need a screenshot of the error message to give you a more accurate response to that. So maybe you can reach out to us via our website. There's a link at the bottom of this YouTube channel. You can see there, and open a support ticket, and then share this detail so we can help you much better on that way.
Okay. Next we've got Adi Sanatan. Many coins received address not proper mention the network. I've lost Tether token. Adi, if you send your coins to, as long as you used an address that was created by Ledger Live, usually the coins are not lost. They've just gone to an account that you didn't expect, right? So they might have gone to your Polygon account or the Kronos account or something like that. So, what's best is open a ticket via the help center, so support.ledger.com, and get the case number. Just drop the case number in the chat so we can take a look. Make sure to mention you can share your logs and mention your address as well and the transaction ID to your wallet so we can have a look and just try to find the coins as well that you're talking about. But should be okay, I think.
True that. Next is Plutofy High wondering how long does it take to get a response on a ticket, and you've dropped the case number. So we are dealing with high backlog right now, and that's why there might be a slight delay in responding to the case. But we'll escalate this, and you might be receiving a response by today, or maybe at least by tomorrow morning.
I'll answer you tomorrow morning, Pluto.
Perfect. Next is Robert. If we sell in Ledger app, will it automatically give us the least expensive gas fees? Heard a rumor dude sold a tons of crypto and the gas fees adjusted and he lost most of all in this scam sale app only. So Robert, like when you try to sell your assets in Ledger Live, there's always an option where you will see the fees and everything before you confirm the transaction. So you should always verify those details, and if you have verified that okay, this is the amount which I'm going to get after selling my assets, you maybe want to take a screenshot, and then you want to click confirm the transaction. And if there's an issue, you can always reach out to the third-party provider who's providing the service, and they will surely help you out. And you can always reach out to us as well, because if there's some fishy business going on, Ledger will definitely step in to help our users, because that's not what we stand for. So.
Okay, and that's probably going to be the last question. We've got a couple shout outs from Checkmate and Agostino, so thank you guys for attending the live. By the way, there'll be another live tomorrow. I can never remember the time. It's Pacific time, hosted by the US team. I think it's 4 p.m. Pacific, but it could be 10 a.m. Pacific. If you're looking for the exact time, then you can just go on the live section of the YouTube channel and you'll find there's a way to get notified when the next live comes up.
Yep. I'm also adding the schedule on the chat, so if you guys want to check out the schedule over there, it's available as there. So
perfect. And I think that last question was Adi from. So he's talking about the genuine check. Our Nano device accept and operate starts successfully with Ledger Live app. That means our device is genuine. I'm right. Yeah, that's correct. So if the device passes the genuine or the authentication check, it has both names, then it means the device was manufactured by Ledger, right? That's what it means. Now, it doesn't mean it will protect you against you sharing your 24 recovery phrase with a scammer, right? That's one way to get wrecked. It's not because the device is genuine that it will protect you from scams. So again, guys, I know it's boring because we keep repeating this again and again and again, but if you share your 24 recovery phrase with anyone, then they'll be able to steal your funds, even though they don't have access to your device. Okay, and we've seen Pringe and I and the whole Ledger support team have seen crazy situations, right? So sometimes just taking a picture of your recovery phrase is enough for a hacker to get your recovery phrase, because maybe there is a malicious app installed in your Ledger device that has access to your photo gallery. And next thing you know, that app will be able to extract the picture of your recovery phrase, send it to a hacker, and then the hacker is able to access your account. So again, genuine check is good. It means the device is authentic. But again, this is just like, it's just one very basic line of defense. The ultimate line of defense is not share your 24 recovery phrase.
And also there could be an issue that you might have downloaded a fake Ledger Live app and then it's showing you that your Ledger device is not genuine, and then it will ask you to enter your 24-word seed phrase on the app. So do not enter it anywhere except your Ledger device, guys. That's the only place those 24 words should go and will go, and that's it.
Perfect. And I think the last one was from Karan Patel. The best way to get lowest Ethereum gas fees, the best way is to wait until the market is quiet. Usually that would be on Saturday morning, US hours, or Saturday morning European hours. So CET, for example, when the US is asleep, or Sunday morning around the same time, right? When you don't want to send transactions is when everybody else is sending transactions. So that would be US business hours. That's where you get the worst Ethereum gas price, or like during big events like airdrops and things like that. I remember the ApeCoin airdrop last year, and the big NFT sales, like the price was just spiking like crazy. So you want to stay away from transacting during those times.
Even the Arbitrum airdrop. So,
Okay.
which all networks.
And so Robert, I just really want to answer that one. What happens to me? A picture I deleted. Yeah, I mean, Robert, if at some point you had a picture of your recovery phrase online, then just don't take any chances. Just change the phrase and create new accounts, okay? Because you never know who's gonna get access to this phrase eventually. Someone might find it like years down the road and then be able to steal your assets. So you don't want to take that chance. So yeah, just. And okay, and the Shaolin is, I don't know what's going on here. Did you just say a bad app in Ledger device? I don't think that's what we meant, right? No.
That's not. No. That's not what you meant.
A bad app on your phone. Yeah, they are fake apps. So Shaolin, they are fake Ledger Live apps, right? And those can be found on mobile or on desktop, anywhere, right? And those will ask you for your 24 recovery phrase. Those apps are scams. They're not authentic. They're here to scam you. So again, be super careful. There's two ways to download the genuine app. It's via the help center, the website or the signature page, and we link to those above in the chat.
Yeah, and that is for desktop, and for mobile you have to go via Play Store in the App Store. So
cool. I think that was a good session. Thanks, Pringe. Sorry we went over a little bit.
no worries, no, it's okay.
So guys, thank you so much for coming on. So that was the Ledger support team. If you liked the video in the chat, so you can like the video, share the video with your friends, let people know that we are doing those lives. It really, really help the community, I think, to have those direct access to the support team. We will be back tomorrow for a live onboarding session, perfect for beginners, because the US team will be showing you guys how to safely onboard into Ledger and the best practices for keeping your coins safe. That's going to be at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, US hours, so Pacific time. So tune in for that. But for us, our team will be back on YouTube on Monday next week, probably 4:30 p.m. or 5 p.m. So we'll see you all at that time, and thank you so much.